Hi there. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to press a bow with a more traditional limb. Now the more traditional limb, the limb is bent so that it moves, it is shaped, it points outward like this, rather than like your parallel or beyond parallel bows where the limbs actually point upward. These are pointing outward. So we're going to make some adjustments in the press and press this bow. Now one of the first thing I do is remove these 4 spacers that are in the pressure points. Then I move the pressure points in because this is a narrow limb bow or a solid limb bow, and I do that on both. Then the next thing I do is I screw these bolts that are in the bottom of the clamp for the frames. I extend those out as far as I can, and I also screw them out so they're even. And I do that on both ends. Now I'm ready to press the bow. Now I lay the bow on a flat surface and attach the bottom of the clamp, being sure that the heads of the bolts are in their pockets. Now I do not clamp the frames down. I do the same on the other, for the other frame. I'm going to just extend this a little bit. Now what I want to do I'm going to shorten the strap up just a little bit more. There we are. And there we are. Now I'm going to squeeze the frame against the limb. Get it in place and put the bottom of the clamp on. And the reason I do that is put a little tension on the frames, and that will hold them in place while I center them on the limbs. That one's centered. And I'll center the second one. That looks pretty good. And now I'm ready to press the bow. Now you want a little tension on the strap because that's going to hold the frames in place. Once I get some pressure on the frames, they will not move. And there we press the bow. Now at this time I could remove the strings and the cables, replace the cables. I could take the C-clips off here, remove the cam, and do whatever maintenance I want to do with the cam. So that's pretty much how easy it is to press this style of a bow. Now before I release the bow, I'm going to just release it slightly. There we are. Just enough so the strings and the cables cannot slip out of their slots. Inspect it, and I can release the bow. So there we are. Just to go over this quickly again, I remove the 4 spacers that are in the pressure points, adjusted the pressure points in, adjusted these bolts out all the way. Then I put the frame, laid the bow on a flat surface, put one frame on, put the other frame on, and I actually used a little pressure. You could use the turnbuckle or the strap to gain the pressure on the frames. Once I had a little pressure on the frames, then I was able to lift it up center, both ends, and then I'm ready to press. So I thank you very much, and hey, remember, may every arrow be an X.